Mounce, BBG, Chapter 16, Sentence 9, getting near the end here. All right, so what we have, first thing to notice, as usual, is if you have post positive or not, that you're going to have to move to the front, and you do. So but or and then a strange thing occurs, because really you have the beginning of the sentence with this genitive plural personal pronoun, and you're thinking something like of y'all, you know, or your, or y'all's, if you want to do it the way I probably would. But you know, y'all's at the beginning of a sentence, or of y'all, that's, you know, not working. So, you know, just keep that under your hat and work through that, the first chunk of the sentence. And one of the ways you can look through a sentence like this and know where to break it up is when you see a chi. And that chi is going to separate this first clause, which has its own verb, and the second clause, which has its own verb. Okay, so your marker here that will help you break it up for translation is going to actually be the chi. Okay, all right, so makarioi is, you know, from the idea of blessed, you know, like Sermon on the Mount. So blessed, and we'll just take it word by word. It's of you, and of you blessed the ophthalmoi. You got a nominative plural from ophthalmos, so you've got the eyes, that, and again in this case, you know, no indirect discourse verb kind of thing that would help you indicate otherwise, so just translate it as that. And here you have OSA omnetiusi, but you got the movable nu at the end, which is just fine because you need to memorize it not only as usi but usin. You know, sometimes that nu is there and sometimes it's not. Either way, it tells you that it's third person plural, that it's they see. So they lines up with ophthalmoi, so it's the eyes that see, and blessed are the eyes that see. But you still got to figure out what to do with that, right? With the humon. So, you know, thinking through the sentence, you know, who is it talking about? It's your eyes, right? The eyes of you. Because again, this could go with anything, but you know, you're trying to think of the subject, and maybe make that the easiest choice. And it certainly makes sense here, and it's also going to line up with what the second clause does with that same humon. It's going to line it up right after the subject. So in terms of sort of semantic parallelism, you've got a good case to be made for putting humon right after the eyes. So, and blessed are your eyes that see, and he gives you ears, the ears of you, or your ears that, and here we have again a third person plural verb, right? Same thing, movable nu, but this one's from akuo, which is I hear. So you've got third person plural, they hear, but again with the subject, your ears. So your ears that hear. So, and blessed are your eyes that see, and your ears that hear. So not too difficult, but you do have to do a little, you know, probably the toughest piece of that is kind of getting your mind wrapped around why humon is, you know, out front like that, and especially where it's not in the second clause. But either way, shouldn't be a difficult sentence.